Good morning all, and welcome to FX 500 Club YouTube blog site, play of the day, play of the week, whatever you want to call it. Now, this is not really a play of the day because it's a longer term, I'd say it's a longer term philosophy. Yes, I do. I do believe that here we have a lovely ascending triangle pattern on this sterling yen. Now, what gives me that impression? Well, let me just tell you a couple of little things here. Can you see this monthly pivot, this little staggered green line? Whilst the price is below this, you can see the trend is down. However, what's happened recently? Look, the price has crossed over it. Now, not only has the price crossed over it, my daily 20 moving average, you can see my orange line here. Let me just move this for you. There you go. You can see that quite clearly is now above my 50 moving average, which is the sky blue one. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of further evidence to back this this theory up. One, my 21 CCI has crossed from positive into negative. This is my daily CCI, and this is my weekly CCI. What does that tell me? It tells me there might be a change of direction on the weekly. Alright, so this might be something we can hold. Look how long this has been down. Since August of last year this has been down, ladies and gentlemen, and we're just now crossing back. Is this the change of fortune we're looking for? Well, the trigger's coming in. Let's zoom that back in again. Pop that back in there so you can see the whole picture now. So I've got, what sort of evidence have I got? I've got an ascending triangle, which is generally bullish formation. Okay, so we've got the support line coming here. We've got the cross of the moving averages. We've got the price has crossed back through the monthly pivot. We've got my 21 CCI up, and my weekly CCI is up, and my trigger is coming up there. So what do I need to see here? Well, here's my previous high. This was at some point a support line. It was supporting the price here. Okay, it's then become a resistance line, resisting the price here and here. This is my weekly 20 moving average. So the price breaks this 141 level. It's actually broken this high, and my weekly 20 moving average. So this 141 goes. Where are we looking at this price potentially going? Well, you could say, if it does go, and it is an if it does go, it could hit this 172 level, or let's say 170. By the time the price has messed around and got up there, the trajectory of this is going to be coming down. So let me just adjust this accordingly. Let's take that from there. There's the kind of trajectory on that. So by the time it got up there, we're looking at 166. So 140 to 166, ladies and gentlemen. 2,600 points. Any good to you? Well, if you like it, then fantastic. What I would tend to do on something like this, I'd put an hourly chart on. An hourly chart is going to show at the moment that we are quite far away from this breakout area. Okay, but it's certainly one to keep an eye on, this 141 level. This is going to come and test this at some point. It's then going to ping back. It's then probably going to have another go, and then it's probably going to ping back. All this time, these moving averages are getting closer and closer and closer to this level. Once they are close enough to sustain a monster push through there, that's going to go, and it's going to be mucky. It's going to be absolute carnage if that breaks through that level. You can see where we are at the moment, and it does look a little tiny bit messy. However, my daily cross did come in down here, daily cross of the 20 and the 50, and so that is what I'm looking for. Can you see what happens when you get too far away from these averages? It just bounces back down. Double top has to pull back. Now We're nice and close, and I do believe that in the next few days this is really going to take off. It might not happen immediately. I would say, to be quite honest, with dollar yen almost near our 100.00 target, we're in from 92.15, that's probably going to find some resistance at that level. So that's probably going to pull back quite aggressively at that level, and I'll just quickly put that on. Dollar yen, let's just put that on here, and daily chart so you can all see what I'm talking about. There we go. This is the kind of play I'm referring to, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see what I've just been looking at here on this sterling yen? Is the same sort of formation, the same sort of setup as we've seen recently on this dollar yen. Okay, there's that support line. So this is the same sort of thing we're looking at. I'm just going to quickly flick back so you can appreciate both of these charts simultaneously. This is dollar yen and this is sterling yen. Sterling yen we'll put on the daily chart so you can see the comparison between the two. Zoom that in a little bit so we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. There we go. Here is my weekly 20. Here is my resistance and here is my support. And on the dollar yen, here is my weekly 20, here is my resistance and here is my support. Look what happened when that broke through there, heading up towards this big blue line here. That is my weekly 50 simple moving average. I'm expecting this sterling yen to potentially, if it does break through there, to do a similar sort of thing. Alright, now what are the drawdowns, or what are the drawbacks of this particular trade? Well, the drawbacks are that the dollar yen is almost at this 100 level. That's where I'm going to be closing my position. That's when the sellers are probably going to move in, push this back down to this level here. Alright, so if that happens, is sterling yen going to rally? Actually, no, it's not. So it's a waiting game. It's all about being patient. Put an order in above that region, and at some point in the not too distant future, that is going to move through there, I believe, quite dramatically. So bear that into consideration. Put that in your little books. Try it on a demo account. If you've never traded before, or you want to get involved in trading, you put an order for long sterling yen at 141. Alright, your stop loss would need to be behind here, so at 134. So it's 600 point risk for a 2,500 point gain. It's not a bad little one for your book. Obviously, looking at a shorter term chart, you'll be able to get in with a much tighter stop. So if this pulls back down to here now, then comes back to here, then comes down to here, and comes down to here, then your stop loss is going to be 136 opposed to the 134. So that's how you play that. But I'll keep the site updated with developments on this as and when I see it necessary. But that is one for your long-term book that you could potentially hold for 2 or 3 months, possibly longer. That's all for me today. Bye for now.